Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Paws Up Halftime Report. I am Jake Gibson. That is my good friend and co-host Kevin Barral. I believe, Kevin, is Johnny near you right now, or what's the deal?
He went on a bathroom break.
Okay, well, Kevin, it's halftime right now between the Panthers and the Bearcats. The score is 10-10. I don't know. I don't think it's been an amazing first half, both offensively and defensively. Things could be going a lot better, and I really feel like FIU should have at least 14 points right now.
Just a tough overall game. I really don't know what to say here. FIU's just
What do
come
you
out
mean?
flat.
You literally picked Sam Houston. Is this not how you thought it was going to go?
I picked Sam Houston, but I always root for FIU. And
Okay.
how do I say this? They're just coming out flat. There's no other way to put it. Offense really just not having much success. Didn't have success in the red zone whatsoever until that last touchdown.
Yeah.
Just overall tough night for the Panthers. Kiwan looks all right. He's 11 for 16, 52 yards, 69% nice completion percentage right now. And when you're getting dominated by a swimmer, no, props to him.
Yeah.
I'll do that. First time he's playing collegiate football in God knows how long. Shout out to them. They're playing well. Sam Houston's defense has been putting up a good fight. Shout out Reggie Peterson. Had the interception there. Not close there. He was pretty close to getting that touchdown. That was the first time FIU was not able to convert. And then Chase Gabriel. Shout out Chase Gabriel, man. Putting on the Jets, almost scoring there. Dude,
what would be the opposite of putting on the Jets? I feel like
Chase,
that.
But like, let's be honest here. Chase, he's like for how fast he wasn't that fast, but he ran enough. Like what are you gonna ask from this guy? This guy,
No,
he's
I think. By the way,
and he'll tell you this. He'll tell you this. He's not very
yeah.
athletic. So
So here's the thing, right? Yeah, Chase Gabriel is a slow dude. We love Chase. He's been on the show, right? I'm going to get on knacking on the play calling in a second, but that was a genius decision, by the way, to go for the fake field goal. I thought it was brilliant. Obviously, Sam Houston State. I don't think they were ready for it. The reason that play didn't work was the toss from the snapper to Chase. It was so high in the air and it just hung there for like half a second, and then Chase caught it. By the time he had caught it, he was still so far away from the end zone, and the Sam Houston defense was able to catch up almost easily. So I think play calling, I think the decision to go for it was good. I don't think the execution was very good, unfortunately. So let's get into Kevin, is everything okay? Do you have like pizza on your screen or something?
no, now we're good.
Okay, so here's what I think has been the biggest problem for FIU, and it's been miscues, right? I don't even think it's been Sam Houston State specifically, right? I feel like FIU has shot themselves in the foot quite a bit of times in this first half. I think as you mentioned, that interception by who was it? It was Peterson, right? The interception by Peterson was awesome. However, gosh, if he had just cut to his left and gotten by Shoemaker, he could have been gone. He could have scored the touchdown, and FIU would have been up 7-0 early. And then just, I don't know, the offensive play calling has not been great. How many screen passes did we see in that first half, man? I counted maybe 7 or 8 screen passes, and only one of them that actually worked. Okay, I do not like the offensive play calling.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't know if there's any limitations with Kiwan right now, but the first couple games we saw Jenkins, he was slinging it. I mean, we saw it against UConn, North Texas, which is the best the offense has ever looked. You can make that case. I mean, just it's very weird what's going on. I don't know. Obviously, that's something to ask Coach Mack on Friday, but at the moment, I totally agree. Too much bubble passes, too many screen passes. It's very weird. And the thing is, this is typical FIU. So
typical FIU, unfortunately. Now, it also seems very common that out of all those stinker drives that the FIU offense has, they do have one drive that looks absolutely spectacular, and that was their sole touchdown coming from that 10-play, 70-yard drive. That was mainly just run with Shamari Lawrence and Jenkins just doing the quarterback keeper, and that actually worked, right? It actually worked flawlessly, if I'm not mistaken, man. But beyond that, yeah, Jenkins, I think he's actually had relatively enough time in the pocket to go out and throw. I feel like the offensive line has done okay at times. They have let Jenkins get pressured. Kevin, I don't know if Jenkins has been sacked yet today. I know he's been hit a couple of times. I don't think he's been sacked.
I don't think so. I'm gonna check.
Yeah, Jenkins, by the way, 11 for 16.
Oh, yeah, he was sacked once.
Okay, yeah. So 11 for 16, 52 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. He's also rushed for 17 yards. Shamari Lawrence, I think, is so far has looked pretty good. Obviously, that one drive, he pretty much carried FIU all the way to the end zone. 36 yards for him and FIU's sole touchdown. Receiving wise, I don't know, man. There's no real receiver that stood out.
Well, again, you're getting all these screen passes. There's not much room for execution.
Well, okay.
And screen passes. I have a better feeling about this second half. Because I've seen how this usually goes. It's always one half where they just completely struggle. Hopefully, it's this one.
Usually, it's the first half where they do good, and the second half they struggle.
Vice versa lately, yeah.
Yeah. Funnily enough, you have probably two of the worst teams in Conference USA when it comes to second half offensive performance, right? But yeah, here's the thing about screen passes. You see the Dolphins do a few screen passes every now and then to Mostert or to Waddle or Hill. Those tend to work because you don't do them 2 or 3 times in a row. You do them after a rush, you do them after a play action, and you catch the defense off guard. But when you're doing it as consistently as they've done it, obviously Sam Houston State's going to be ready for that on defense, right?
And, shout out to them. They've been really good. I mean,
yeah, they've been playing great. And,
they've looked really good. They're being very aggressive. And it almost feels like personal to them. Like, this is a game that they know they could win. This is a very winnable game for them. And after every play, and I don't know if you've noticed this, especially at the start of the game, after every play they got to Keywan, they would go up to him and say something, and they would kind of choke. I don't know if Keywan was recruited by Sam Houston by any chance, but I mean,
I don't know, but that is a good point. And I was just about to say, Sam Houston is definitely the more energetic team, right? On both offense and defense, their bench. They're playing with a lot of energy. Granted, of course, I think it's their second home game this entire season. So yeah, the fans are a bit antsy. The ones who, it is weird, but that's just the way it goes, man. The fans are antsy. The fans that are there. I mean, there was this one photo that Barstool took of the crowd at the kickoff, and woof, that was not great. But
no comment.
No comment. But I mean. Sam Houston State's playing with a lot of energy, and we had talked about this, Johnny and I, in the pregame. But yeah, this team is way better than their 0-6 record would have you believe. But at the same time, man,
and this is something that Coach Mack was saying, Jake.
Yeah,
they were informed of the transition from FCS to FBS a little later than Jack State, from what he mentioned. So,
I do remember hearing about that.
Yes. So definitely, the change for them was a little unaware. It was, a lot quicker than usual. And again, I wouldn't say, obviously, you want to win games, but something worth noting is that this team can't even make a bowl game. They can't make anything. So really, I wouldn't say it's a wash because you don't earn anything off of an 0-12 season if that's what they end up going, and I don't think they will. But if they do end up losing every single game or winning one game, and it's tonight, you don't get anything out of that. So you obviously,
but at the same time, Kevin,
it's kind of a throwaway season for them to a certain degree.
You're not wrong, but at the same time, Kevin, we talked about this with UTEP. These games obviously matter so much to the players, especially the juniors and seniors who are looking to potentially move on to the next level of football, regardless of whatever the case is. They're going to play their guts off, and they're really playing their guts off tonight, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to, by the way, on that final drive, the touchdown drive for Sam Houston. Did you see that pass into the end zone and the absolute clear as day offensive pass interference that was not called?
The one with Blades, Brian Blades?
Yes, the one in the end zone. Yeah, it was a one-on-one fade route.
I was talking to Johnny. Yeah, I was talking to Johnny. I was like, a little weird. There's not a pass interference in there. Offensive pass interference, obviously. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not like, that was going to impact the game by any means. Their kicker has been pretty good. He got blocked once by Blades. Blades is having a great game, by the way. Brian Blades, someone who's really dealt with a lot. He's dealt with a lot, and I give him a lot of props. He's someone
Great was with the blocked field goal,
at
right?
One point, he was leading all of Conference USA in passes deflected, and shout out to him. He's been great.
This has been a funny enough, a crazy game special teams wise. You have the fake attempt by FIU, then the blocked field goal by Sam Houston State.
You saw the kicker tackle?
Yes, the kicker tackle was crazy.
That was nasty. That was nasty.
Kevin, you had mentioned this in the group chat, but you said if Chase Gabriel had made that touchdown, instantly coming on the show tomorrow, that would have been something special.
You never know. I think that would have been his first collegiate touchdown. So,
well, yeah, he doesn't get that many opportunities, right?
Well, you never know. I don't. They probably ran a trick play last season, but. Again.
So 15 first downs for Sam Houston, 7 for FIU, 232 total yards for the Bearcats, 131 for the Panthers, only 52 yards passing and 79 yards rushing, right?
I will say I am a little bit more impressed with third down conversions by FIU.
Yes.
Obviously still not good. Still not
3
good.
3 for 8 is not good, but for FIU's, from what we've seen, I mean,
it's better than nothing.
Better than nothing. By the way, the thing I'm probably most impressed with, the time of possession is almost dead even. 15:02 for FIU, 14:58 for Sam Houston. Usually FIU always finds themselves out in the defense, right? Their defense has to stay on the field like for the majority of the game, but so far that's not the case. So which I'm happy about. But again, the play calling just needs to go a full 360 degrees. Stop with the screen passes, okay? Just let Keon.
If they want to win, they really need to. They really need to look like that offense against UConn at least. That first half.
UConn, if possible. UNT is like a dream because that's how great their offense looked.
It was good. It was a good. By the way, CJ Christian was not playing. He is not. I don't know if he's there or not, but he is not playing.
Before the game.
He was in the concussion protocol as of Friday, so not sure if he's still in it. I would assume he is, or they're still being careful with him. But right now, I believe it is Ladarian Polk who is taking over the safety duties for Mr. CJ Christian.
Yeah, and the secondaries looked good at times, but other times, I mean, that touchdown by Sam Houston, the swimmer, was wide open by himself in the end zone, nobody around him. That was not a good look for the defense.
No comment.
No comment. All right, I
respect it. It's a nice story for Sam Houston.
Yeah, there is. I feel like FIU, for the most part, again, they could be up so much more than having to be stuck in a 10-10 tie. But avoiding the silly mistakes and a little bit better play calling, FIU could be up exponentially over this Sam Houston State team. Regardless,
Chase Gabriel would have had the TD. You would have still got the field goal. You would be up 17, 10.
Yeah. I digress.
And I'll give props. FIU's defenses look good for the most part. I mean,
for the most part, yeah.
Here and there, they're giving up a couple chunk plays, but you're seeing the aggressiveness. They've gotten to the quarterback. They've gotten to the running back. I mean,
and thanks for reminding me.
The one thing that is a little bit concerning, obviously, is just total yards right now. Sam Houston dominating FIU by over 100 yards. So that's the
thanks for reminding me about that one instance, by the way, Kevin. The 4th and 9 that Sam Houston State converted during their, I believe it was their touchdown drive, right?
Yeah, it was.
FIU had called a timeout on defense to sort of prepare. It's 4th and 9, right? I mean, most man coverage plays, you can stop the opposing defense, right? But they did one-on-one coverage on the left side of the field, and Sam Houston State's receiver, oh my God, they converted a 4th and 9, Kevin.
The one thing I'll say is that this team has always had issues tackling.
Yes.
And it's just a thing.
I mean, yeah, that's it.
If you look at one of the plays again with the running back, it took 5 guys to tackle.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Again, he was juking them, but at least one of them has to get him, not the 5th guy.
All right, final thoughts, Kevin.
Yeah, just got to get it going.
Got to get it going.
Got to get it going.
Calling. Defense needs to take advantage of the offense that they're playing.
If the defense continues to do what they're doing, then they should be fine.
And offense needs to wake up as per the usual. But regardless, it's anyone's game, right?
Wake the F up.
It's anyone's game. All right, let's close out here. Halftime, your score, FIU 10, Sam Houston State 10. We will be back post-game. Of course, follow Kevin Barral on Twitter for the live updates in the second half. And, Until then, paws up.